So Johnny, did you survive your drinking weekend?
God, no. Jesus, I am so old. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I probably made tons of mistakes, but I'm so far out of the game that I just wasn't ready for it. Like, I mean, I'll tell you.
You're rusty.
Yeah. I know that
rusty.
I know that this was not a thing when I was in my early 20s. But one of the things that I noticed about going on an all-day bender when you're
An adult?
When you're an adult, is that it does not do good things for your digestive system.
Huh.
It does very bad things
Really?
for your digestive system.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't happen to me. Beers don't give me the poops. You know, like, I don't,
Yeah.
if I drink a bunch of beer, I don't feel like I have to poop eventually.
Dude, I always do. I don't know. It's the fucking worst.
Huh.
I'm with James on this one.
Like, okay, like,
Beer equals
when
poop.
I get really fucking drunk, like, I know it's time to stop drinking. Not like when I've thrown up or anything, but when I feel like I have to, like, shit really, really fucking bad. And then, like, nothing will happen, but I'll just feel like I've got, like, really fucking terrible gas.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, and maybe that's a genetic thing. Maybe
Yeah.
James and I are predisposed to be gassy drinkers.
Yeah.
See, when I still drank, the funniest thing, like, if, like, my stomach was upset,
Mhm.
I'd have, like, a little bit of alcohol. Stomach felt so much better.
Absolutely. Like,
It's like a little beer.
Because you know me, like, I have, like, a stomach like an iron sieve. Like, I can't handle almost any, like, there's a lot of foods I can't handle, just simply, I don't know why. Like, it's
Like,
not that it, like,
it makes you poop?
It just goes right through me,
Right,
you know?
yeah.
And, like, fucking alcohol, no, none of those issues.
Huh.
hmm
And, like I said, the same foods with alcohol, none of those issues. I don't understand it, don't pretend to understand it.
See, I'm like Chris, but on like other more levels. Like, alcohol makes me, I don't have to poop, but like, I feel like alcohol also makes me a better person.
Certainly makes me a better driver.
Want to ring the bell?
I'm taking it back. I'm taking them all back.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
I'm a loner, Daddy. Rebel.
I am the walrus.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to John Hates Movies. Thanks for joining us today. Today with us we have Chris Arsenault.
Yay!
We also have Eric Largent.
Tally-ho.
And last but not least, James Barrup.
I'm a motherfucking gay fish.
So, this week we once again watch another Chris movie.
Yep.
And
what the fuck?
I'm a winner.
He is a winner.
To be fair, Odd Thomas was mine, Ravenous was not,
Yep.
and then we did a thing, and I won. It
Yeah,
was-
I wasn't here for the thing.
No.
Well, okay, no.
Well, that,
The rule was, if all of our attempts sucked, we defaulted to your choice, which was going to be Pain and Gain.
Fucking right.
The question was, if you could eat any celebrity and what was it to gain their power?
no,
Or
if you
just
could just eat any celebrity,
Any
who would
celebrity,
you choose
who
and
would
why?
you choose? And mine was Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh,
Because
no.
if you're going to absorb someone's energy, Samuel motherfucking Jackson.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And also his other reasoning was great. That he would be in the same category as sharks and raptors.
Yeah, that's what got me.
Yeah.
Was the
Because
Raptors.
he's been eaten
is
by a
that,
shark and a raptor.
yeah, that's what won that one.
All
So
right.
I was on fire with that one. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. Okay. All right.
But don't worry, Eric. This time around, this week, you actually have you have a 50-50 chance
Excellent.
of winning this round because
James
was actually banned from
2
answering
weeks.
this week.
Why?
because of his.
What? Who did you eat? Did you eat George Clooney?
No.
Did you eat George
Okay, I'm
Clooney's
gonna say
dick?
this off the mic.
Well, no, you say it off the mic. No, say it on
You
the
said
fucking
it.
mic. Put it on the record again, motherfucker.
I said I would eat Catherine Zeta-Jones because her vagina gives you throat cancer, and if I ate somebody, I wouldn't want to live with myself.
Wait, go. Come on, keep going.
Because if I ate somebody, I wouldn't want to live with myself.
Yep. So because of that, he automatically lost last week's round and has been banned from choosing this week.
You guys saved all the funny shit for when I was gone.
and yeah, the best part of that is not only did James think it was funny, but James at the time thought it was so hilarious he was laughing for like 10 minutes, couldn't talk, and the rest of us are just stone faced like glaring at him.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So yes, he
No.
lost his rights last week and I guess this week.
James,
Yep.
you know what, James? I would have been fucking laughing because that's
Yeah,
funny.
It's funny. Michael Douglas has throat cancer. It is hilarious.
Oh, dude.
It is hilarious because he blamed it on eating box.
You know, breaks my heart. I hope Catherine Zeta-Jones never listens to this episode.
I think we're pretty safe.
Catherine Zeta-Jones. Remember that movie Entrapment where your ass went under the lasers? That was fucking hot.
Dude, they like played that part like 3 times in the trailer.
Yeah.
She seems like a really nice lady.
Oh yeah.
She's Welsh, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's
just
from
like
Wales.
Sean Connery.
She's from Wales.
Thought she was
Yeah, no, not Spanish. Welsh.
literally took it. Yeah, that's cool. Very cool.
So let's talk. Oh god, I'm going to regret this, but let's talk about Sharknado.
Sharknado?
That was the movie that was the movie that was chosen.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it its rundown, and just for those of you listening at home, every week my friends pick a movie or a facsimile thereof.
What you couldn't see is John said friends with air quotes.
They pick a movie, and we all watch it, and then we review it. We announce the next movie at the end of the podcast. They'll be going up on the Facebook pages pretty soon once I pay a little bit more attention to that. And then basically we review it the following week. This week's choice was Sharknado. Netflix gives this 2 3/4 of a star.
That's pretty.
I don't know who these people are that do this.
Well, so Rotten Tomatoes.
For starters,
Rotten
you can
Tomatoes
only give it a minimum of a 1, right? So that's inevitably going to build it up off the 0.
Rotten
that you
Tomatoes.
should be able to give
It's
it.
like 86% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Look it up.
Once
Whoa.
again, why you cannot trust
Rotten
Tomatoes.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, let me give you the
It's
rundown here.
3.3 stars out of 10 on IMDb.
That makes a little bit more sense. So I'm gonna try my my announcer voice. Actually, I have a terrible announcer voice,
Yeah.
but I'm still gonna try it.
Try your announcer voice.
When a hurricane swamps Los Angeles, thousands of sharks are swept up in tornadoes and deposited all over the city. I sound like George Takei.
Yeah, you
Oh
do.
my. Where they terrorize residents. Oh my. Okay, so yeah, that's it. When a hurricane swamps Los Angeles, thousands of sharks are swept up in tornadoes and deposited all over the city where they terrorize residents. That's the Netflix synopsis. It's starring Ian Ziering, Tara Reid. I don't know if that's accurate. John Hurd.
It's a very loose
and-
definition of starring.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
number 1 on the bill. Like when you look at the movie
Right.
poster, she's number 1.
It is. And here's the funniest part
She's the
about
biggest
this.
name.
Me and James, I started watching it last week, and James happened to be here, caught the first 10 minutes or so of it, right?
Yeah.
And I was so hoping, out of nowhere, Tara Reid's character was going to be like this doctor, you know? I'm like, yes, come on, make her play like a doctor of zoology or some, like, no, this is an unexplainable event. These sharks shouldn't be able to blah, blah, blah. You know, I just wanted that so badly, and it didn't happen for me, and I was very disappointed.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Chris, about the disappointment.
82% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's ridiculous.
And P.S., like, it would have been awesome if there was, like, some new... I know this was made for TV, but, like, if there was some nudity and, like, a shark bit Tara Reid's boobs, and that's how they explained her, like, really bad boob job. Has anybody else seen pictures of that? Because it's really bad.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
They're terrible.
They're all over the internet, Johnny.
Okay, well, someday I'll sit down and try and...
You're in front of the
look
computer
at
right now!
Well, you know, she
I still got better
probably
things
did
to do, though.
So she could get them fixed.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe
But you know,
she needed that hot,
Okay.
Sharknado money.
let's address the elephant in the room. We all are aware that there is a Sharknado 2 sequel.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, coming out in wait, it might already be out.
It's coming out later this year, I think.
Oh, okay.
There are some actual names attached to that.
Yes.
That doesn't... I don't understand
That shit is a
the
Wu-Tang in
world
that?
anymore.
How a sequel
Vivica A.
got-
Fox. Vivica
Oh.
A. Fox, Mark McGrath, Carrie Wooer.
Oh, Mark McGrath, the baseball player?
Yeah, no. Kelly Osbourne, Judah Friedlander, Andy Dick, Judd Hirsch, Billy Ray Cyrus, Kurt Angle, Jared Fogle. I mean,
wait, Jared Fogle, the Subway guy.
yes.
That shark's gonna eat him and it's gonna be like, eat fresh.
And
you know what? The worst part about it is I know you're right.
Ian Ziering is back. Tara Reid is back.
Well, thank fuck Ian Ziering is back, because Ian Ziering brought his A+ game in this movie. He really did. He really did.
He did. Oh, and it's so terrible.
He brought his A+ game. Like, he was all in for Sharknado.
Oh my god. Okay.
I like every 30 minutes they introduce oh, you have a daughter? What the hell? Oh, you have a son? What the hell?
I know.
None of them hang
Alright,
out with each other.
Johnny wants to do something. Go ahead, Johnny.
All right. Okay. Before we get started. Oh god. All right. All right. I need to work up to this. I really, really need to work up to this. Because I took notes. You hear that paper rattling? These are my notes.
Awesome.
This has got Rush Limbaugh paper right there.
Well, here's the problem, is that halfway through on my notes, I just start writing down swear words. So, this movie broke my fucking brain. So I'm gonna need a little bit of time here.
Okay. So I'm going to start this with a 2-minute review. I've really only got a minute and a half to 2 minutes to say about this movie.
Alright, solid.
Yeah, for every minute of the movie you actually watched.
No, okay. So
I'm sorry, you're not James.
So I've had a busy week. I've moved from my apartment to my friend's house. In the process of that move, I had to clean his entire house that was in the middle of renovation. There were tools everywhere, drywall dust everywhere, paint everywhere. It was a fucking nightmare. So the other night, I finished cleaning the house. I
wanted a nice, relaxing movie.
Right. I bought some beer. I sat down on the couch, turned on Sharknado, started drinking.
So this review is actually the 2.5 minutes you remember watching the movie.
I remember a bit of it.
Should you look up a Sharknado drinking game?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I was just drinking.
Alright. That would have slowed you down.
So here's where I remember. There was a tornado. It picked up a bunch of sharks and deposited them around Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And those sharks, and there was a flood that brought sharks in, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And the sharks were eating people. And then there was that one part where the shark ate that girl, and then the guy jumped into the shark with a chainsaw and shredded the shark.
Yeah.
And then walked out.
Awesome.
And then walked out with the girl.
Yeah.
That was fucking cool.
It was hilarious.
Like, okay, John, I understand that it's
Must
your
be
job to
incredible.
take this shit seriously, but like I went into this movie drinking and not taking it seriously, and I had a good time. Like I really did. Ian Ziering gave his A+ game. Like he was acting the shit out of this movie. Like
He was the only one, but it was a small club.
Yeah, there was. Oh, Jesus God. Okay,
all right,
James.
so that's my take. It's and what would have been better is if I were with some friends and we all had some beer and we just watched Sharknado and got to MST3K it, like
Yeah.
that'd have been a good time. So that's my take. All right, so Jimmy, Jim, what do you have to say about this?
Fuck you, motherfucker.
You-
Oh yeah, because you ate Sam Jackson. Look for the review that says "bad motherfucker" on it. All of Chris's reviews say "bad motherfucker." Okay.
This is by a bad motherfucker. All right, you want me to go next, or do you want Chris? Do you want to get? Yeah, doesn't
Go
matter.
ahead, James. I think
All
you
right.
have some good things to say about Sharknado.
I do. I think out of everybody in this room, I probably had the most fun watching it because
I got bombed.
Really?
because thanks to Chris, I went to the live Riff Tracks viewing of it.
Oh, you actually?
Oh.
Suck. You should have told me. 'Cause, like I was
I-
like busy up to like the point, so I wasn't sure I could go at all. Like, and I didn't know anyone that was.
It was pretty much the same with me. I was completely unsure whether I was going up until the point where I was like at the theater, and I was like, "Sweet, we can do it." So
Damn.
yeah,
your guy.
and it was fucking hilarious. I almost threw up. I laughed so hard. Like
They're
this-
redoing it on like the 15th, I think.
Yeah,
But it would mean you'd have
Yeah.
to rewatch.
It's.
it means
It
I would
might
have
be
to
worth
rewatch
it.
Sharknado, which isn't worth it. The movie is so fucking bad. I will repeat that. Yeah, Ian Ziering acted the best out of everyone. But if you win the Special Olympics, you're still retarded.
I actually used that phrase this week.
That's a horrible thing to say.
No, that's why I wanted to allude to it, and not actually say it.
Right, but you didn't actually allude it to anything. You just
Okay.
trailed off.
Are they going to find my son, or are they going to find him and maim him? Well, they're gonna find him and then. Well, John, you got some editing to do.
No, that joke stays in.
Yeah, I love how proudly he voiced the cancer-giving vagina, but holds off for the Special Olympics joke. Like, oh, that's crossing the line. Like, as if
Well, to be
Sensibilities,
fair-
come on. They're
To be fair, Catherine Zeta-Jones is totally capable of defending herself.
she can get through a room full of lasers like nobody else.
Fucking right.
So let's see. God, that New Zealand guy was pretty hilarious.
I liked him. I was so
Oh,
disappointed
my
when he.
God.
They had so many great jokes of the fucking thing. Like when they were building the bombs and stuff, they were like, "He is going to put so many shrimp on so many Barbies."
Oh, jeez.
Just oh my god! Like
Those guys are so funny. They're just,
they made it
they're
such
funny
they made it a
people.
joy to watch, and that's really saying something. Considering, okay, now this movie, I get stupid fun, I get over the top, I get like cartooning-ish, like all that is great, and I'm actually all for it. I am completely for Sharknado, like a Sharknado-esque movie, like a Sharktopus type movie, all these things I am actually all about. As a matter of fact, if you're gonna go that crazy, you might even go like 5 or 7 steps farther just to make
James,
it more
have
insane.
you ever seen Big Ass Spider? It's another one of the sci-fi,
No, I haven't saw that one.
goofy made-for-TV movies
No, I haven't.
with Greg Grunberg. Big Ass Spider, where he just shoots spiders.
No.
It's fucking good.
I bet. It sounds hilarious.
It's called Big Ass Spider.
Yeah, but
Check it out now.
I mean, like, there is just there's a lot more that you can do, and I'm looking forward to seeing how farther they take it in Sharknado 2 or Sharknado 3. But this movie, most of it was like shots of people driving inside of cars and not even showing like the outside of the car, like ever.
What you mean? They had a lot of close shots and a lot of B roll and we're in the middle of a giant storm. It's a nice sunny day and the police are directing traffic. We totally didn't just go downtown and like record this for a minute.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was all inside of like it was all really close shots of them going through the car wash. Like,
you know what? I have to interject because I know I'm trying to save all my stuff for the end, but this drove me apeshit. There were so many crane shots and extraneous shots where the storm wasn't even happening.
Yep.
Like they were just showing places. Like here's a location, and like they do the CG storm on the outside, so it looks really terrifying. And then they do like a crane shot of the place, and there wouldn't even be a storm.
Right.
oh, I have to say, man, watching this, there was no Sharknado. I mean, I realized there were 3 Sharknados in the movie, or like one in the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But there was, like, when you watch a movie called Sharknado, you expect the Sharknado to be going through town. You expect people to be running from the Sharknado, not from, like, a casual storm or an occasional flying shark that that crosses, like, 50 yards of beach to fly in through
Look,
a
dude,
fucking...
A casual flying shark is pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, well,
God.
it's bad, but what I'm saying is that I expected them to be chased by a Sharknado through the entire movie, and it was certainly not that.
No. Oh, no, yeah, no.
No. It was lots of really bad special effects, horrible physics. If you like science at all, like if you're just like, yeah, I kind of like science. Like if science is a casual acquaintance of yours.
If you have any passing
affection,
passing affection for reality,
yeah, like
as we
if
know
you
it.
passed high school biology.
Yeah. if you in science were,
if you can add 2 and
10
3,
pounds in the 3rd
7.
grade, and you're left on
Thanks.
reasonably good terms, don't watch this movie, because like there's so much fucking wrong. with it.
Okay.
The eye of the storm is pounding the beach. Like, yes, the hurricane's eye, which is known for being the most dangerous part. They fly a helicopter next to some tornadoes.
Yeah.
Close enough to
Jesus.
throw with their arms bombs inside of it. They come up with this complete bullshit they tried a science at the very end. They're like, "Oh, here's some tornadoes. Let's throw some bombs in it. If you want to throw some bombs in a tornado, just be like, there's a bunch of sharks in the tornado. We want to kill the sharks. We're gonna throw some bombs in the Sharknado. Hope to kill the sharks."
I think you're missing out on like the main question. The Sharknado was up and spinning for quite a while.
Yeah.
How long can sharks live outside of water?
They can't.
Whoa.
As long as sharks are moving.
It's one of those things, they can live outside of water. It's just limited time, obviously. I imagine there was some water and other stuff in that Sharknado as well.
No.
Passing through their gills occasionally.
Breathing a little bit.
Yep.
But here's the thing with that. I got nothing.
Okay.
You just
So-
agree with that.
Well, sharks are unstoppable killing machines, with the emphasis on the unstoppable.
Except when I'm on the land. Come on.
And on land, okay, statistically, sharks are, responsible for so many deaths. It's like something like 6 or
Deaths
something
a
a
year.
year.
Yeah.
You do realize that vending machines are responsible for more deaths?
Oh yeah.
Vending machine
Vending-
NATO.
machines are responsible for more damage.
Dude, that'd be
Machine
fucking
Nado?
dangerous.
Wait. Would vending
That's
machine
what
Nado
I'm
be more deadly
saying.
than Sharknado?
And in which
Yes.
the worst part is those Cheetos would cost you $1.25.
Yes.
There was
they would.
there was a lot of
Yeah,
shark in this
see,
movie.
you can
not
stop a
enough
vending
NATO.
machine.
Vending machine NATO never
Yeah.
has a snack cost you so much.
So the Australian guy comes out and they're like, the kid's like, hey, let's throw bombs in the tornado because he's an idiot. And then the Australian guy
How
comes
dare
out and
you.
he's like,
Here's the thing, though
dare
they're
you.
science, and I do that with air quotes, science.
yeah, their
was,
science was that tornadoes start when you get hot air trapped underneath cold air, which is true. They start that way. They don't perpetuate that way.
Well, no, it's in theory the idea of an explosion, a big enough explosion, is going to cause such repercussion. It's going to
Blow apart the funnel cloud.
right now. It's going to disperse out the air and cause essentially to stop at doing the whole,
Yeah.
tornado-y business. It's like the concept of blowing up, an oil fire. No, seriously, you essentially create such a force that it zaps all the oxygen and cuts it off, but it also dispels all the energy out. That's part of an explosion. It as outward blowing,
Right.
and in theory, I would argue it's probably plausible. Now, the fact that no one in the history of mankind that I'm aware of
Has ever
has
tried it?
I'm not going to say try, but has ever defined this as a plausible end to a tornado,
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's a bad fucking idea. I also love
I
that.
think it would cause more damage
I also
than the
love
actual
that
tornado.
in this entire movie, you have an entire city under siege of Sharknadoes.
Yeah.
However, the only capable people in this entire city are an Aussie,
Ian Ziering?
a surfer,
Yeah.
a waitress, and a kid who apparently can fly a helicopter. Tara
Wait.
Reid.
But guys,
I'm just saying, if humanity's future is staked on these individuals,
We're all fucked.
but remember the Asian businessman at the beginning?
Yeah.
So
Oh God.
Who
I
got-
professed to drinking during this movie.
Yeah.
What was his point? What happened with him?
It was all just a little setup
Okay.
to kind of show you there was a Sharknado.
He would. No. There was.
It did not
God.
filter into
Okay,
the
we
larger
are-
plot at all.
That's it. I'm
Hold
taking
on,
over.
I haven't talked yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
let Chris
I
talk.
barely
All
talked.
right.
But
Let
me just say, they threw bombs.
We'll revisit the Asian guy.
In a moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they,
In a-
if
in
they
a
threw
minute,
bombs
in a
in
moment.
the
Let's-
tornado, what would have happened was that the tornado would have picked up the bomb and chucked it very far away.
Most likely. Most likely.
And then some innocent person hiding in their basement would get exploded by a bomb.
Probably.
Now, see, that is a great idea for Sharknado 3.
Sharknado
Bomb.
3, the exploding.
But actually, what I want to see is a Sharknado go through the science lab from Gremlins 2.
Oh, and get all
What are you talking
changed. So you have electric.
Electric
so you can have
shark,
electric sharks
bat
and spider
shark.
sharks.
Girl shark, spider shark,
Girl shark.
Girl shark.
James.
sexy girl shark.
There you go.
Yeah, but they don't have
Shark
makeup
with,
on.
a bikini
Girl
on.
Yeah, yeah.
And geez, James, the only reason that worked is because gremlins are morphogenic life forms, like aliens. Xenomorphs.
Anthropomorphs.
The
They're,
xenomorphs from aliens.
It doesn't matter. It could still work with shark. Come on, don't you want to see Super Shark?
You think so?
Yeah, John, girl
I-
shark. You've never seen one of those before.
Yeah. Shark with lipstick. Rawr.
I do have
Smooches.
to.
Yeah, let's let Chris
I
talk
wish
here.
I could remember the exact point, and
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to start watching these movies and keeping my own notes so I can refer back to things, especially if we do crap like this. But no, this movie I swear to God, I wish I could remember the part, but like there was at least one point where I audibly shouted, "What the fuck are they doing?" And I think it was when they were trying to save like the wife and kid and daughter or whatever, or at least get the daughter. I can't recall exactly the point, but I was just boggled by something in this movie, by just how fucked up the idea was. Also, terrible special effects.
Oh yeah.
Bad special effects.
Mhm.
The best part of the entire movie, hands down, was the Australian guy. Second best thing was the old dude with his bar stool. He took his
Yeah.
bar stool.
Yeah.
I wish he lived to the end.
I do too.
Yeah, he should have. He should
And
have.
the third was probably the getaway in the stolen special effects
Hummer.
Hummer
H3?
H3. What's that button do? Nitrous oxide.
Oh
mate.
God, yeah, the nitrous, the giant fucking red button that said nitrous on it. That was fucking.
And then they all
stupid.
do the.
We can get away from
back.
the.
Oh!
We can get away from this cop by driving really fast in a straight line.
Yeah, that's how it works. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I know, right? I think we lost him.
So I
God.
feel like the ending of this movie could have been better. And here's what...
Like
and-
sooner.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Could have been right after.
Oh
the...
no, a Sharknado! Let's get off of the beach.
Well, right.
Now we're safe.
So here's what could have happened. Adam West comes strolling out of a bar with an aerosol can in his back pocket.
Oh,
Yep.
no,
Just tags
no.
him with a bunch of shark repellent.
Dude, that's it.
That's it.
Or even better, Adam West comes running along the beach with a bomb and throws it in the Sharknado.
There
The
you
Sharknado
go.
disperses.
Right.
And then he goes, some days, you find the perfect place to get rid of a bomb.
Right.
I think, I honestly think that this movie kind of dipped in, just stole the little piece of my soul, and just ran off with it.
I was going to make Jaws references throughout this podcast, and then I realized that they did it throughout the entire movie, so
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm going to be better than Sharknado.
Yes.
I
That's what hurt
don't
me,
think
I
you're
think,
better
the
than
most.
Sharknado. Why do you think you're better than Sharknado?
I think I'm, jeez. Dude, that's the worst insult
You
ever.
can't even defend yourself.
I know, he's like,
I am
dude,
so much
Sharknado
better than
either.
Sharknado.
Dude, jeez.
My special effects are awesome.
Dude, jeez.
They're real as life.
They are. Actually, I would argue that I am a better special effects person than the people who made Sharknado.
No.
Yeah.
I
That's
would like to see your references.
Not gonna happen.
What are you talking about?
Look, okay, so yes, this movie was campy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, there are sharks flying out of sewers.
Mhm.
Like, there are sharks flying, whatever.
Yeah.
It's still, like, yes, it was bad, but it still takes a bit of skill to get it to be that bad. It really does.
I don't think it takes skill to get it to be
It does.
that
It
bad.
does.
No,
It does.
no.
I think
It's-
it takes skill to make something that bad fun. Which I don't think this movie was.
Well, no, I
fun
think
enough.
what he's getting at is you still need a level of skill to even produce something, even though it still looks bad.
Yeah, to just superimpose a shitty shark over some film takes a bit of takes a bit of skill.
You know what? I would have enjoyed this movie 10 times more if it was like cut out paper sharks taped to a straw
See, that's
than
how
what
James
we
would've
saw.
done it.
Oh no!
been
Sharknado! Look out! Actually, that kind of would.
Claymation
Right.
sharks. That's what I would do.
There you go. Jason and the Argonauts.
Yep. Jason and the Sharknado.
Biomechanical shark.
The Sharknauts.
Yeah, I gotta jump in on here. Yeah. Alright, I'm probably just gonna degenerate into a angry mess by the end here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
It's happening.
the movie
Like
the
a
movie
volcano
starts
grumbling.
out for those of you who haven't seen it, it's basically this situation where there is this sketchy ass guy who is selling this Japanese businessman shark fin soup because because it's
It tastes great.
yeah.
Gives you huge erections.
Right.
Yeah.
And so,
Cures
of course,
cancer, all
basically...
that.
Gives you erections that last for 40 minutes. So you can complete your book.
So, and this is introduces, and basically, like the Sharknado comes and kills both of them, and there's some other stuff that happens there too, but none of it's really ultimately relevant.
Nope.
But the purpose of this scene is to, and I'm not fucking kidding you, because this is a movie thing, and they do this all the time. It's to humanize the Sharknado. It is to give the Sharknado...
Yeah, I see where
morality.
you're coming from. Because, we shouldn't be just chopping the fin off of sharks and dumping them back in the ocean. That's such a shitty thing to do.
Right.
So now the sharks are coming back for some fucking revenge.
Yeah.
And can't we eat their other muscly bits?
Yeah, shark nuts.
Yeah. See,
Shark
and that's-
eyeballs?
So wait a minute. So what you're saying is that the Sharknado itself is not actually a natural phenomena. It's that the sharks finally got pissed off that we kept on eating their fins and opted to essentially kamikaze the city
With their bodies.
With their bodies.
I mean,
deadly
that might-
Sharknado-esque revenge scheme.
They
But
appeal
when
to the
to
great Satan.
to teach humanity a lesson about,
that's definitely one way to interpret it. But from where I'm
And
sitting,
if Tara Reid was a scientist in this movie, she could have explained that to us.
Yep.
she could have if she was wearing a lab coat, but she
Sexy
wasn't.
Scientist. Ugh.
No, because she's not even okay. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, the whole thing actually, like I said, I don't know if that's necessarily what they were going for, but I do know that that's a commonly used trope to basically get people invested really quickly into the actual natural disaster.
Absolutely.
You see it in all sorts of movies where basically the bad, like the antagonist thing, whatever it is, like the Sharknado or the monster or whatever, takes out bad guys first. It
So,
pretty much
Are you
consistently
saying
always
that we
takes out
should
bad guys
root
first.
for the Sharknado?
No, he just like at the beginning of the new Godzilla movie where Walter White stole Godzilla's baby.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like that.
You're setting it up so that if you want to, you can root for the Sharknado. You know what I mean?
So, John, tell me, were you rooting for the Sharknado?
I was not. I didn't know what to do here. Like, this movie, split my head in so many different directions.
That's why you got to drink, old man.
I know. Well, okay. First off, I was watching it while I was at work, so that wasn't an option.
That
Really?
might-
Wait. Okay, if I worked from home, I would work drunk every day.
Yeah, that doesn't really work for me, unfortunately.
Okay.
Because
They call them and shit.
yeah, they call me every time. So,
Well, luckily,
Anyway, so-
when John Hates movies become such a superstar attraction,
They
Yeah,
can
well,
do
yes,
that.
then
we
I will be
actually
drunk every
make
day.
money off of John Hates movies. We can do reviews, Intoxicated or whatever other
Right.
way you feel like. You can, essentially it means you can not only work from home, in your underwear, intoxicated, you could probably do it sleeping.
That's
Yeah.
right. Well,
Probably.
so that review that's probably never going to see the air of Good Burger, I did it intoxicated in my home in my underwear. I really did.
So apparently Eric is already living the dream.
Yeah.
All right, so back to Sharknado and how it basically wrecked me. So Sharknado.
That should be
You
the
didn't even
name
get
of the
into your
episode.
page.
So back to
That should be
Sharknado
the-
and how
the-
it basically wrecked me.
Yeah, that's your episode title right there.
Yeah, that's like the title of what's that Kubrick movie?
How
or
I
how
learned
I
to stop worrying and love
Yeah,
the Bob.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Dr.
So I mean,
Sharknado, or how I learned to stop worrying and love the shark.
so so we start off with this bizarre, fucked up, morality thing with all this nonsense, and then we get this really stupid, I don't even know what the hell is going on with, God, I don't even know. All I know is that, for the first, 10 minutes, I was doing that thing where I was looking at it, and I was trying to get into that whole it's bad, it's good thing, which is really hard for me to do to begin with. I tend to just watch bad movies and go, oh my god, this fucking sucks.
Well, you gotta be with people to do that.
Maybe that's my problem. But I mean, like, so I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and so I'm like kind of chuckling, and then I notice that my chuckles are now becoming sobs, and eventually I just am like gasping for breath, and trying to claw out my own eyes, and I mean, I wish I could I wish I could go through this thing with you, in deep depth. But even that is like my brain keeps sliding off of it because it's so bad. So I'm just gonna.
Did you go through like the stages of grief, like bargaining, acceptance, denial,
everything except acceptance?
Right.
I did not hit that stage.
That last one.
Yeah, that last part was just too much for me. Okay. I mean, like, literally, I really wish you guys could see my notes, because they start off making sense, where I'm, like, basically making observations. Like, oh, the opening was about 10 minutes too long, which it was, and
that's saying a lot for an 82-minute movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm like, making fun of Jason Simmons' name, because it's got 2 A's in it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, and like how the waitress, like, she's got that scar, and so she's got like this dark shark past, and
I
I make
how
comments.
She couldn't get the father, so she went for the son.
Hey,
that creeped me the fuck out. That creeped me out.
Yeah.
So creepy. So creepy.
Kissing people with shark guts all over their face.
dude, I loved it.
Oh, that was so creepy.
It's like making out and eating sushi.
It's like making out with Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh, Jesus. This is not going to become a thing for this podcast, okay?
Okay.
I'm putting the kibosh on this right now.
What?
This Catherine Zeta-Jones love glove is off limits now. From this point on. Next person who mentions that loses their movie, choosing privileges.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, we'll always have James Franco to talk about.
Yes, exactly. James Franco's fair game
Okay.
still.
Good.
So, I have all these notes here, and I'm making jokes about how they're doing those crane shots where they're not even showing the same beach.
Yeah.
And then the next couple of lines are helicopter, ? Pool. What the fuck just blew up? What the fuck? Fuck, shit, fuck, God, fuck it. Those are my notes.
Oh, good.
Okay, so can you interpret those for us? Like, what was making you think that in different points of the movie?
Okay, there were tiny little parts of the movie, like okay, the ski-doo, I do not get. I do not get why that guy was on a ski-doo. I mean, the surfing scenes were absolutely hilarious because it's fairly obvious they were, like, really bad green screen.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, come on, man. Does anyone ever need an excuse to be on a Sea-Doo? I mean, come on.
Never.
No, but I mean, like, he's, like, actually not going anywhere.
Actually,
like,
no,
he's
I got a
actually
problem
just
with
sitting on it like it's a fucking rope. When all the sharks are coming in and, like, everybody is trying desperately to get to shore,
Yeah.
he's just sitting there. He's on a fucking Sea-Doo.
And so is
that
the
can
lifeguard,
go,
I want to add. The lifeguard
Yeah,
is
and
like standing there watching a woman get eaten for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but the lifeguard...
And he's just like, boy, it's kind of bright out today, isn't it?
But the lifeguard cannot go from 0 to 40 miles an hour in 6 seconds, okay? The Sea-Doo or Ski-Doo or whatever can... But instead, he just sits there, he looks confused, and then gets bit on the leg by a shark, and his friend has to come get him and beat the shark off with his surfboard. Oh my god.
Fucking ridiculous. And that woman in the beginning gets eaten, and they're just like, what? Huh? Oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, well, here's why I think that this is why the old guy with the stool should have survived. Is because one, he would have been funnier throughout the whole fucking thing. Like, you could basically have had the Aussie bite it at the same time that he did.
Yep.
And then have that old guy be like the comedy relief with the fucking bar stool, and have him come up with the stupid bomb idea and all this stupid nonsense and all this kind of thing. Here is the most important reason as to why he needed to live. And it basically comes down to this. he could have made out with the waitress at the end of that movie.
It's true.
Uh,
And it would have been
finally.
nearly as creepy.
It would have
I think it would have been
'Cause
just
that-
as creepy, but good for him. Is where I'm like.
different kind of creepy.
Exactly.
Different kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Like, because what's happened at the end there, the waitress making out with the son,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I mean,
think
if I was
everybody
Tara
like
Reid,
that, yeah.
if I was Tara Reid, I would have, like, beat that woman upside the head with a goddamn baseball bat. What the fuck? You were just doinking my ex-husband, and now you want to screw my son?
Well, she wasn't.
I don't.
She was
No.
trying
They,
to.
yeah, she was trying. They never hooked up, or it didn't appear to be that way.
Yeah, but she certainly
What,
was trying.
the guy in the...
The
and
guy
the
and the
waitress.
waitress,
Yeah.
they were never seeing each other.
I don't know about
No,
that.
because
Yeah.
like he kept on rebuffing her and saying it's never going to happen.
I must have missed that whole part.
You're probably writing fuck.
Yep.
Fuck!
Ruining like 5 sheets of paper because you're digging your pen through all of them.
Okay, so, and another thing about Sharknado, there was not nearly as much gore as was necessary for a kind of movie like this. Like, I was expecting people's heads to explode and, like, arms to get ripped off, and I got one arm ripped off.
Yeah, there was like nothing.
One.
Although it was kind of cool when like he, samurai delicatessen the shark in half as it flew through the air.
Yeah.
That was the only kind of cool part in the entire movie.
And every Jaws joke that they made just made me want to cry. Because Jaws is a wonderful, wonderful film.
It really is.
And it is so
Jaws
good.
is one of my favorite, really one of my favorite movies of all
Yep.
time. All time.
Let's talk about the end. Let's just skip
Let's
to
do
the
it.
end. So the chick, 10 minutes earlier,
Falls out of the helicopter and gets eaten by a flying shark.
falls out of the helicopter.
Straight into the mouth of the flying shark.
Yeah, straight into the mouth of a flying shark.
That
That was hilarious.
was awesome.
I was cool with that. I was okay with that happening. I was like, all right, I understand what you're doing here. This paves the road for Beardy McBearderson and creepy-eyed Tara Reid to get together. Okay, I'm with you there. But at the end, where he does that flying leap into the shark,
With this chainsaw out.
The only thing that would have been funnier is if he picked the wrong shark.
Well, that's the thing. He had no clue it was the right shark. He was just lucky.
and he just jumped into it.
You say luck. I think it's
He was
Ian,
tracking
right?
it.
Ian.
Jason
Yeah,
Priestley.
Ian, Jason Presley
Jason Priestley,
knew exactly
Ian's
what.
hearing.
Little do you know that he's a sophisticated mathematician and
Yeah.
calculated the arc of the shark from the eye of the
No.
Sharknado.
Yeah.
That is
into
not
the,
a thing.
He's very good at calculating shark arcs.
That is not a thing.
Shark arcs are things.
So he jumps into the shark,
guy just
right?
picks up
With
this-
this fucking extended.
Yeah, John's just carrying on.
Yeah.
So he's got this fucking chainsaw out,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? And he jumps into it.
Yes.
And it makes this slurp noise.
Yep.
Because this shark is so big that basically he can just get swallowed whole.
All right, so just an aside, I would like to. Tara Reid defends shark stupidity, admits she's no scientist.
I want to read you a quote from Tara Reid. Tara Reid said, "So I look up sharks on the internet and I see whale sharks. So I'm like, that must mean that a whale and a shark have sex, and then it make me think, how do a whale and a shark have sex? There's a thing called whale sharks, and then I realized whales are mammals and sharks are animals. So they have nothing to do with each other. So basically, the dolphins have sex with each other, but the sharks don't. So then I thought, how is it such a thing?
Yeah, Tara Reid, genius.
All right.
So he jumps into the shark with his chainsaw,
Yeah.
right? And it's like extended. And he goes right into the shark's mouth because this shark is big enough to swallow him whole, and it makes a shroop
Right.
sound. Everything about this just broke my brain. It was like the end of
Right.
it, like my brain had taken punch after punch. My ability to like actually process thoughts. I was like Rocky at the end of Rocky 4, like just getting Dragoed Yeah, like, this movie just Dragoed the shit out of my brain. And, like, at the very end, it's, like, vibrating so much that my eyeballs are pulsing and they're about ready to jump out of my head. And then he leaps into this shark and it makes a schloop sound. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then, of course, he starts to carve his way out, which I knew was going to happen. But then he goes back in and pulls out the girl. And I was like, that was it. My brain at that point just shut down. It literally shut down on me. I blacked out. And when I came to, she was kissing his son.
Yep.
Here's the thing. We're going to pick the next movie. It's going to be, we're going to do a question contest like we've done before. And it's going to be down between Eric and Chris.
Because James is fucking banned.
James is
I
banned.
just want to say, I did not pick a bad movie. I just answered a bad question.
No.
I answered a question badly.
Yeah.
But this time, I am actually retaining a potential veto marker. Because I cannot do another Sharknado.
I would like to protest that. Not to say that I'm going to pick a shit thing. Actually, I'm assuming I shouldn't get a pick since we just did mine. Honestly, guess it would, which would default to Eric.
Yeah.
Unless,
I'll basically lay it out for you. This is the only time that the veto marker becomes active. Then this round. Here's the veto marker. The movie that is chosen for next week by whoever wins the contest, it has to be better than Beverly Hills Cop. Or we're watching Beverly Hills Cop.
I'm down.
wait, Beverly Hills Cop
Okay.
is on Netflix?
Yeah, it is.
I
It
know
is now.
exactly which movie I want to pick. And it is way better
All
than
right.
Beverly Hills Cop. As long as
Now, how are you judging this better or not better?
Well, it's better as long as you guys are okay with subtitles. Are you guys okay with subtitles?
Yes.
So you're saying
Yes.
anything
I'm
higher
So
okay.
than
ask me
3
at least
stars?
a 3-star?
This will be higher than 3 stars.
Well, that's what it says for me.
Alright, so Sharknado. We've got sharks, we've got tornadoes. You know, when this movie came out, everybody did this joke, but I'm giving you guys your chance too. What's the next animal natural disaster movie?
Natural disaster, animal, combined, shitty movie. What's the next one?
Yep.
I'm gonna think for a bit. And I'm not gonna talk
Okay.
or I'm not gonna say an answer until I've got a good one.
Chris, you want to go first?
I'm thinking. I think it's going to be, and this is not going to sound funny until I explain it,
Okay.
but squirrel wildfires. Now think about this. Wildfires just, have just fucked up California and whatnot, right? Especially in the past, year or so.
Sure.
In a rampant, hate of humanity, the squirrels, once again, just like the sharks, kamikaze through the fire to attack people. So, flaming squirrels ravaging the city of Los Angeles. That's my thing.
Don't make me watch Beverly Hills Cop. Again.
Well,
Are you
Eric,
racist?
come up with something dynamite.
Dynamite. Yeah. See,
All right, you know what,
I don't have
James, you can
dynamite.
help it.
Why don't
You can
you go,
help
Eric?
Eric.
no,
James,
No? You don't have anything?
Disaster?
I have one, but I just don't think it's that great.
Well, go ahead.
Well, then do it.
You think ours were good?
Well, okay.
You're
So,
saying that
mine's actually plausible.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
Do
Go
it.
ahead.
Do it.
Scorpion Sandstorm.
Especially if
The
they got in your eye.
It got a bunch of blank looks when I said
wind,
that.
kicks scorpions up and
I'm
people think
thinking
it's just
about
a
it.
sandstorm, but then they're accosted by scorpions.
Yeah, but,
You could actually make a real movie there.
you could actually have a real
I
Scorpion
actually wonder
Sandstorm.
if that is a movie. It's plausible enough
Right,
that I
no.
would imagine it is a movie.
Scorpion Sandstorm is completely plausible.
Yeah, it is.
In
It
fact,
is.
it's more plausible. it's more plausible than Sharknado.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I still think squirrels really hate people.
James, what do you think?
Snakes
They
on a
want their
hurricane.
nuts.
Oh, really, James?
That's just plain dumb.
It's actually kind of good.
Yeah!
Wait,
you know what?
Wait, but James is
Wait.
working for me, right?
Yeah, James is working for Eric because James is banned.
Let's just give it to Eric
We're giving it to
Damn it,
Eric.
I wanted to win this.
Well, Devin, you kind of have to be a part of the podcast in order to win it.
If you choose something, are you going to watch it?
I would have watched it and been part of the podcast. See, this is how you could have roped me in.
Not worth it.
This is going to be a real movie.
And you say
like,
we have to read.
So like we've gone through all these really dumb, shitty movies. Shouldn't we eventually do?
Whoa,
a decent movie?
whoa. Odd Thomas was a good movie. Ravenous.
No, these aren't good movies.
I liked Odd Thomas. Ravenous I could have gone without.
Okay.
And certainly Sharknado was actually me genuinely fucking with you guys.
So John, are we going?
Yes.
Are we going with me?
We are going with you, Eric.
All right.
You are getting the time.
So, in the spirit of, we've just come off a month where we've celebrated Brazil with the World Cup.
Are we going to watch Brazil?
No, we're going to watch a movie called City of God.
Fantastic movie.
Have James and John seen it?
I have not seen that.
I have
It's
not.
a great movie.
Let me put this
like
in
John-
some context.
John-
I've watched this film because it was actually a film professor of mine made us watch in class.
So, John, had you even heard of City of God?
I might have.
See, that's
give
a
me 1 second.
problem. See, this is a great movie.
So it's a crime drama, huh?
Yeah, kind of.
Ish, not
It's-
really. It's more kind of, I guess, arguably it's more slice of life ish.
Okay, well that's where we'll leave it at then. So it looks like it is on Netflix,
Yep.
and we will give this a shot. Oh wow!
Oh, whoa.
Okay, 3 4/4 stars.
Man, I don't like Netflix's scoring system.
James, this is a movie that you can't watch while you do the dishes.
You cannot.
You have-
Damn it.
Anyone that has... All right, so next week we're going to talk about this movie, but right now I'm just going to get this out on the forefront. Like, I'm going to get right out in front of this. Anyone that has a problem with this movie really has a problem with themselves.
Whoa! You can listen to our podcast on iTunes, the Stitcher app, or directly on our website. Feel free to send us a movie review suggestion. You'll have an equal chance of getting chosen for next week's movie review. You can reach us through social media, either by liking our Facebook page, John Hates Movies, or following our Twitter at John Hates Movies. Our music was composed by Kevin MacLeod. You can find this track and many more on his website, incompetech.com. Thanks for listening, and tune in next week to hear someone say...
Your son wants to go into a helicopter and drop a bomb into the tornado.